Waiters, what's the most ridiculous order someone has placed and how did you handle it? This guy came in every Tuesday at exactly 2:47 p.m. and ordered the same bizarre meal, a plain cheeseburger with the cheese on the side, fries with absolutely no salt, and water with exactly 3 ice cubes, not 2, not 4, 3, and he'd measure them with a pocket ruler. I'm not kidding about the ruler. This man would pull out this tiny metal ruler and measure each ice cube to make sure they were roughly the same size. If one was too small or too big, he'd ask for a replacement. The first time I saw this, I thought he was messing with us. But it got weirder. He started timing everything with a stopwatch. How long it took me to take his order, how long until his food arrived, even how long it took me to refill his water. He'd write everything down in this little notebook and mutter calculations under his breath. My coworkers thought he was completely insane. Sarah, the other waitress, refused to serve him after he made her remake his fries 3 times because they had microscopic salt crystals on them. Even our cook Marcus started getting seriously annoyed because this guy would send back burgers if the cheese wasn't perfectly centered when placed on the side. The manager Janet tried to ban him twice, but he always paid his bill and never caused actual problems. He was just incredibly specific about everything. He'd inspect his silverware with a magnifying glass and request new napkins if they had the tiniest wrinkle. After 2 months of this exhausting routine, I couldn't take it anymore. During a particularly slow Tuesday afternoon, I sat down at his table and asked him straight up what his deal was. Was he writing a bad review for some food blog? Was he planning to sue us for something? What was with all the measuring and timing and note-taking? The guy looked up from his notebook and smiled for the first time since I'd known him. He introduced himself as Robert Chen, Senior Health Inspector for the State Department. He'd been going undercover to different restaurants testing their consistency and attention to detail for a new rating system. He told me we were the only place out of 47 restaurants that never once messed up his intentionally difficult order. Every other restaurant either forgot about the ruler requirement, gave him the wrong number of ice cubes, or couldn't handle his specific requests without getting frustrated or argumentative. He said our willingness to accommodate even the most ridiculous customer requests showed incredible professionalism. Most places would argue with him, refuse to measure ice cubes, or tell him his requests were unreasonable. We just did everything with a smile every single time without complaining. He explained that customer service under pressure was the best indicator of how a restaurant treats food safety and cleanliness standards. If servers won't take care of simple requests, they probably cut corners on important health protocols too. 2 weeks later, we got a surprise inspection from the health department. Perfect score across every category. Then food critics started showing up out of nowhere, giving rave reviews about our exceptional customer service and attention to detail. Apparently word was spreading in restaurant industry circles about our legendary customer care standards. Business exploded overnight. We went from barely able to pay rent to having hour-long wait times on weekends. The owner was so thrilled with our success, he gave everyone substantial raises and hired 3 new servers, plus a hostess to handle the massive crowds. The local newspaper wrote a feature story about us titled "The Restaurant That Measures Ice Cubes," which brought even more customers. Food bloggers started coming just to see if we'd really measure their ice cubes with rulers. Robert still comes in every Tuesday. Same time, same order, same ruler and stopwatch ritual. But now when I bring him his 3 perfectly measured ice cubes, he just winks and says thanks for helping him prove that great service still exists in this world. Sometimes the customers who seem the most difficult and demanding turn out to be exactly what your business needed to reach the next level.